Hello, and welcome back to Meet My Characters. Tonight, we're going to do something a little different. We have a new person on here tonight, Miss Nikkei Binger Marshall, and she'll be here to read us some poetry from her poetry book, Persistence of Vision. So that's the title of our event tonight, Persistent of Vision Poetry Night. And I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys will enjoy it. And before we do that, we always start off with music. And her request tonight, and we always do what our artist asks, is Tamakun. And that was Tamakun by Rosa E. La Pena. And we want to wish all our ladies that are mothers this weekend happy Mother's Day. And even if you're not a mother and you're raising kids, you're still a mother. We want to wish you happy Mother's Day. We want to thank Don Miss Scale for being on here last week with us. Also, I want to let you know that Kelly Gilmore, that's Kellee Gilmore, her book is close to getting into your hands now. She sent me a note today. I just want to let you know you can go check out her website, okay, by the name I just gave you, and she will be glad to talk to you. All right, Nikkei, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're excited about having you. Nikkei, tell us a little bit about your book. What inspired you to write your book?
I have been writing since I can't really pinpoint when. It's something that I've always done. Following high school, I had a little notebook that I would jot poetry and short stories down in. And shortly after me and my husband split, I decided I wanted to go ahead and put some of the things that I've written into a book and just go ahead and fulfill that dream of being a published author. So that is how Persistence Division was born.
Oh, that sounds really intriguing. I think most writers, if they really go backwards, they've been writing since they were young.
Mm-hmm.
And because I know I have. And it's like it's buried inside of you until something triggers you to actually sit down and write a book.
Well, when I look back on my life, part of the reason why I write, or I did write, was because I wasn't allowed to talk. Because I had those types of parents.
Oh my God. Okay.
You were seen and not heard.
Yes, I remember that well.
So the only thing I could do was kind of write and, get my little feelings out and be done with it. So I think that's really where it started.
Wow, isn't that something? Little things like that sticks in your mind and in your memory. And it probably enhanced your writing, too, since you weren't allowed to talk. You had all that stuff buried inside of you, so it gave you more writing material.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
So how did you feel when your book was published?
It was like giving birth again. It was exciting. I got the email that said you are now a published author, and it was like, wow, I'm in this great club now with all these other published authors. It's a really exciting feeling because now somebody else, a whole bunch of somebody else's, are going to be looking at your work and going, wow, how did she do this? How did she put all of this together? So for me, it was really exciting.
And it sounds like it did. And especially poetry, which is, unfortunately, poetry to me is an art. And we as a society don't celebrate poetry like we should. And
I don't think we celebrate writing the way that we should.
No, we don't. But it's kind of like poetry gets buried far, far in the background. And it's really not, because it takes an art to write poetry. It really does. So I think that we should celebrate, the same way we do anything. And like you say, writing is not celebrated either. On the same level. So, but I've noticed with my friends that are poets, and they're really good, but it's like poetry is just not, even publishers don't push it like they should, I think.
I've seen a lot of places that are looking for writers, and they specifically say no poetry.
Wow.
And the thing for me, where poetry is concerned, I like it because there's the challenge of putting a whole story, a beginning, a middle, and an end, into a really short format. You can write a novel and detail everything out, but when you write a poem and then you present it, whether someone is reading it in a book or you stand up and you deliver it verbally, the person really has to slow down a little bit and allow that picture to be painted. That's
true.
Very different from reading a full novel.
And to me, I'm a reader, and when I read poetry, it just, like you said, it gives you everything at one time. And I think it has more emotions in a poem.
Yeah.
Not knocking writing, because I write, but because it's shorter, you got to cram in so much feelings in there till you can. You feel. To me, I feel more when I read poems.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
So anyway, tonight, will you bless my audience with some of your poetry?
Yes. I'm going to share one called Motherly Advice for Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
And this is in the book, Persistence and Vision. If I could get to the right page here.
Take your time.
You know. And this one, the whole tone of it, it was inspired by scene in the Joy Luck Club, the movie. There's a scene where Waverly's mother is questioning why she's still with her husband because they don't act like a married couple. So that's kind of where this story, this poem kind of takes place. Motherly advice.
Okay.
I see the pain in your eyes, and I don't understand why you give up so much and he has empty hands. Oh yes, he's quite handsome, and the funds he makes seem fine. But what good are those things if his heart is so unkind? He withholds his affection. He withholds all his time. He lives by the mantra, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. I was once like you, dear child, both hands open, always giving, dying day by day inside, swallowing bitterness, never living. There's a balance in love, dear child. At times there's joy, at times there's sadness. And there are calm times and passion too, but most often there is gladness. Let love be your rescuer, and not the likes of men. If you blindly give your love, your heart will break again. That your joy be sweet like flowing honey is my hope for your tomorrow. I pray you will drink the sweetness of love and never more swallow sorrow.
I like that. I really do.
Thank you.
And did you watch the Joy Luck Club, and that's what you came from that with?
Out of that scene, yes, because it's a mom having a heart-to-heart with her daughter and saying, listen, I see something that's not quite right.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to see it too and figure out how you're going to fix it. Are you going to stay in this rut, or, are you going to gather your strength and take charge of your life?
And that's what we as parents have to do, especially with teenagers and adult children. You get to that point in life where they're not little anymore. So you got to think in a different way on how to approach them. And I like how you did that.
Thank you.
And okay, so you got that one. I know you got another poem for us.
I do.
Okay.
Now, the title of the book is Persistence of Vision. And when you get the book, there's a piece of artwork that goes along with it that my niece, Kayla Stern, did.
Oh, really?
She's really, really good. She's really, really good. And I'm not saying that because she's my niece. I'm saying it because she's really, really good.
I believe it.
The poem itself was inspired by several different things. I was watching a documentary on the Blue Men on PBS. Some of you might remember them from the Intel commercial. But they had a segment in their performance called Persistence of Vision, and they gave a definition of what it was. And in layman's terms, what persistence of vision is what was it, ophthalmologist, eye doctors, ophthalmology term that says that your brain is taking a bunch of individual pictures of what you see. And somewhere along the line, it's missing a segment of what you are seeing. And we're made in such a way that our brain will go ahead and create that image in our image for us in a way that's seamless. And they call that whole process persistence of vision.
Wow.
Even though there's a break, your mind should continue to make it seamless. The other thing